Hey guys, Jonaqu here, and today I'm doing a breakdown of the new Hawkeye trailer. But before we begin, if you enjoy the video, consider subscribing for more similar content. On with the video.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
I love you guys. I'm making up for some lost time.
Authorities are wondering if the masked vigilante who terrorized the city's underworld is back.
So we begin this trailer with Clint's family eating in a fancy Asian restaurant, and they're talking about how they've not been together for Christmas in a long time, but there's nothing too important here. Then we go to the next scene in the street where we see an advertisement for a play called Rogers about Captain America. Then we see Clint's family, or just his kids, outside of the play doors, so it might have just taken them to see it. We see them leaving the building where the play is presumably being held, but if you'll notice, they're all together, but Clint's wife is not with them. And earlier on, Clint's daughter mentioned them all being together. Just something I noticed. In the next scene, Clint is in what looks like a hotel room, and he sees on the news someone wearing the Ronin suit you can see him wearing in Endgame, which will be Kate Bishop, who we will talk about later on.
The past has caught up with me.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
It's the most wonderful time.
So now we see a flashback to Endgame, where we see Hawkeye as Ronin, then his daughter Lila asking if they should be worried. This is probably because Clint sees the news and goes off to deal with it, before sending them off because we see them outside the hotel. But then we see them going into a limousine, which may mean the Bartons are richer than we thought.
When I wore this suit, I made a whole lot of enemies.
You're Hawkeye!
Who the hell are you?
Some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Are you one of those people?
It's the most wonderful.
Hey, babe. I should be back in a day or two.
So now we see Clint spying with his binoculars, and there is a bandage on his head, meaning he may have been injured in a fight. And then the same person dressed as Ronin starts fighting some people in red clothing. This is important later. So then she's unmasked, and it's Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is basically another person similar to Hawkeye. She's a master bowman and grew up in a rich family. So then Kate says, "You're Hawkeye," as if he's an idol. And Clint asks who she is, to which he says that some people call her the world's greatest archer. As we see a clock tower destroyed from a precise arrow shot, there's a mysterious person who's behind her, with a flashlight. We later see Clint and Kate in a room, and Clint is calling presumably his wife, and says, "babe," meaning they're probably still fine.
Hang on a second. Things have gotten more complicated.
So we start off with some people again in red suits throwing a bottle with a lit fuse at Clint. He then catches it and throws it back. We then see him punching a red suit and then jumping out a window, and it looks like he's going to land on the Christmas tree below. Hawkeye is then running in a fancy building and being shot at. The next scene we see a red shirt take a mask off Hawkeye, and it looks like they may be underground, in a subway or other. We see Kate go across a rope with her bow and land into where Hawkeye is being prisoner. Woman drinking a drink wearing red. I'm thinking she's probably involved with the red shirts. We have seen a lot of this trailer, but possibly not. Now we get to see Rogers. It looks like the scene of Rogers we see is supposed to be from Avengers Assemble at the final battle.
It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful.
This is too dangerous. Definitely not this one.
You don't have to say definitely like that. Holy shit! There are arrows more dangerous than that one?
First up we see a dog with one eye. This dog is Clint's, named Lucky. Next we see a barbarian-like people cheering with a person in a Ronin suit. Then these people attack Hawkeye. We see Kate and Clint in fancy suits. Then we see them next to a toppled Christmas tree surrounded by red suits. I'm guessing that this is after we see Hawkeye jump out of the building towards the tree. Another interesting thing is it looks as if one of the red shirts are holding a stick or melee weapon of sorts. Next, the woman is in a room illuminated by a red light, with someone behind her. There's also a few candles, so maybe she's in a church. Another explosion, then we see a red car driven by someone wearing red. So much red. Then they're firing ahead of them. Next to that car is a McDonald's sign and a place where you get Christmas trees. We see them driving through a Christmas tree area. Then we see Kate shoo a truck with the words, "Trust a Bro." Behind the scene image reveals that the phone number shows that the truck is based in Oregon, so maybe Hawkeye is in Oregon. One last thing before we go is that I think Yelena from Black Widow may be in Hawkeye, based off of the post-credit scene in Black Widow, so maybe she's involved with the red shirts. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe. If you did, see you later.